Greetings everybody and welcome. I've got something very special for you today, and that something is pink cheese. This is from Morrisons, a supermarket in the UK that I don't normally shop at. But I went in and I saw this, and could you leave without it? A Wensleydale with cranberry and cream cheese whirl. Very exciting. I actually seem to have accidentally selected the end of the whirl as well, so you can't see the cream cheese whirl, because this seems to be the end of the whole thing. I love the idea that there might be a whole log of this. That makes me very happy. It does feel slightly Christmassy, doesn't it? Wensleydale cranberries, but it seems to be a staple. They sell it all the time, so very, very excited by this. I might love it or I might absolutely hate it. I do like all of the constituent components separately, but whether they work together is another matter. In order to deliver this payload, I have these crackers here. These are Tuck crackers, and they are actually cheese flavoured themselves, because I didn't have anything else. So they're not that cheesy, so hopefully they won't interfere with the general flavour of the Wensleydale, the cranberry, or the cream cheese whirl. Now, incidentally, the paprika ones are better. Don't bother with the cheese ones, have the paprika ones, they're really good. I've got various sharp implements in which to do this, so yeah, I'm just going to pass those in front of you. Let's see if we can get in this without it being a gigantic drama. This may contain other allergens. Prepared in an open kitchen, so we cannot guarantee suitability for people with allergies. Well, oh dear. I think I'll be fine. Has it got anything other than the actual ingredients? Oh, it's got sugar in it. Actual sugar and fructose. Sugary cheese. It's coloured with beetroot. Bit of salt. Sunflower oil stabilisers. This is actually like a highly processed cheese product rather than being cheese. So let's hope that that does not affect my enjoyment. There is a bit of a problem with this. Like, where do you even start getting into it? There we go. So I have brought my sharp objects just in case, but it's probably better that I don't get those out if I don't need to, because it might not end well. The more I'm getting into this, the more I can kind of see the whirl. I still think it's the end bit though. That's the end bit. 100%. That is the end of the log. However, there's the whirl. It is in there. There's definitely a textural difference. So, I'm just going to use my sharp thing. They let me have it. Let me have the sharp things today. Oh, we're uncovering even more fruit as we go along. Look at this. I would say it actually looks nicer in reality than it does on camera. On camera, it just looks a little bit strange. It's not quite as pink as the camera shows. Look at this. I don't know whether to just take the whole thing and turn it over just so we can get a proper look. That looks, I was going to say whirly good. That didn't quite work as a joke. Intriguing. I'm just going to smell it. Oh, I can smell the cream cheese very, very strongly. But that's it. There's just a touch of Wensleydale, but largely that just smells of the cream cheese. I think the cream cheese is plain. I didn't actually notice in the ingredients. How intriguing. Should we get it sliced through? It's quite tough. Okay. Move my cheesy tuck out of the way for a moment. Do you have tuck where you live? If you do, please tell me which flavours you have. Oh, okay. It's very, very processed, but could be good. I didn't bring anything to wipe my hands with. That's not helpful. Never mind. You have to lick them. Oh. Oh. Okay. Just got a bit of a sneak preview there. This is going to be good. Let's cut myself a little wedge. There's something really quite aesthetically pleasing about this. It's still weird though. It's still weird. Right, okay. Okay, not cranberries falling all over the place. They're everywhere. So, let's just give this a go without the crackers. I don't know where to start with that. It hits you all at once. There's Wensleydale. It's quite a subtle Wensleydale. That's not an overwhelming Wensleydale. It's just sort of there. And the cream cheese is sort of there. And the cranberries are just sort of there. And you can tell it's got a bit of sugar in it. And it's slightly salty, but all at the same time. Oh, look at it. It's falling apart. It's falling apart. If you don't know, if you're not in Britain, Wensleydale is a very crumbly British cheese from a place called Wensleydale. I would say the cranberry is not as strong as I expected. That's because the flavours of the cheese overwhelm it. So it's not as fruity as it looks. But nevertheless, that's really quite a pleasing combination. Okay, let's try a bit of this on one of those. These are not very strong either. So get the paprika ones, they're amazing. That's quite a big wodge of cheese there, Jenny, don't do that. Or maybe do that. So there we go. This is a very cheesy combination. It's flying away. Oh yeah, okay, right, now we're talking. That definitely belongs on a cracker. The texture of the Whirl roll cheese is absolutely perfect for this kind of cracker. Now it's all sort of amalgamating, slightly salty, slightly sweet. I think the actual Wensleydale flavour's going missing. Cream cheese tastes surprisingly strong, I find. And I would say that is probably what I'm getting the most of. Cranberries? No. It looks like it should be very, very fruity, but it isn't. Maybe I've just not got the right bit. There are cranberries everywhere. This looks like a fairly cranberry bit. Try that. No. No, the cranberry is more of a undertone. I have to say, the combination of Wensleydale and cream cheese, which is not something I would have ever thought of myself, is pretty good. And like confession, I'm not really that massive a fan of Wensleydale, so the fact that that's not overpowering is awesome. Right, let's get back to the old tucking in. I'm not quite sure how much of this should be eating. Not this much, I think, is the answer. It's not that rich. Let's get that on there. Look at the skills. I've got the cheese skills. There we go. Looks beautiful. Wow. Just put the whole thing in at once. Yeah. The texture is very good. The flavour is nowhere near as strong as I expected. The aftertaste is the cream cheese. And the cranberries kind of go missing. So if you're not a massive cranberry fan, you could get away with this. And if you're not a massive fan of fruit in cheese, you could get away with this as well. Very interesting. I'm not sure that I'd have it again, but I'm glad that I tried it, because I wouldn't have known otherwise. And bright pink cheese, I mean, who could resist? It does seem to be a staple in Morrisons. I have definitely seen it in there more than once. I don't think it's a seasonal one. I wonder whether they do any others. What else could you put in it other than cranberries? Maybe orange? Maybe a bit of ginger or something? Would ginger and cream cheese go together? Don't know. I'm intrigued as to what other combinations they might have. They didn't have any other particularly interesting ones. It was almost just lumps of normal cheeses that have been cut to size, but this one really stood out. So, trying things so that you don't have to, I would say that's probably worth a go if you see it, but I wouldn't be going out for it especially. The more I look at it, the more aesthetically pleasing it's getting. Look at that on the end of the knife, it's beautiful. So yeah, that was a cheese. Just to really hype it up, amp you up, I do have another one. Look out for another cheese video with one which really could be very interesting indeed. But in the meantime, that was Wensleydale, cream cheese and cranberries all together.